Now, guys, I know I've flagged something for this show. It's known as the Big Finish.
Yep.
I told you guys
You said to me, I said, "Oh, and what do you want to do at the end?" And you said, "I'll do Hamish's Big Finish."
And true to my word, I have organised a Big Finish because we often don't go, this is the final thing, I've noticed on the podcast, and I wanted to do something about that. And I can't think of too many areas I would improve the podcast, if I may. If I may have a moment of reflection.
Yep.
We have a lot of fun doing this. I think we churn out a decent podcast, except sometimes I feel like the end lacks. And what podcast couldn't be improved by having a big finish? Now, I know if you say it's a big finish, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yep, you're happy to do that.
I understand the price that this comes with to do the big finish, but I still thought it was worth putting the word out, saying to you guys, it's time for our big finish. I'm going to do a big finish. I'll step up for the team and I'll organise a big finish. I've taken that upon myself to do it. May I play you the big finish?
Oh, it's pre-recorded?
It's pre-recorded.
Okay.
I recorded it before the show with Marshy.
Okay.
Since the dawn of the podcast, Hamish and Andy have started the podcast in a consistent way.
What's crack-a-lackin', everyone?
Oh, fantastic. Then tried to fill the podcast with content of varying quality.
See, that looks like a truck behind.
Okay, it's a really difficult thing to describe. Terrible for a podcast, so fast forward. Use the skip 15 seconds bit here if this is super annoying. But the podcast has never had an official finish. Some weeks it peters out. No, because we've got some good stuff. Some weeks it ends on a goodbye.
We will see you next week, everyone.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
We'll see you next week, everyone.
But no week has ever ended on a big finish. After weeks of planning, today Hamish told the team that he would be willing to organise a big finish for this episode. Big finish. And things were looking good. Big finish. All the ideas were coming together. However, management sadly regrets to inform you that due to a few logistical concerns, the big finish has been delayed till, I'm going to say, October.
It's still a big finish. Like, what's weird about this? Like, there's no. I knew there would be nothing there.
Oh, you didn't? No, you were hoping for a big finish.
No, because...
And I had a few ideas, but they didn't all kind of come together cohesive. And I thought, you know what? It's better to put a placeholder in and set an October timeline.
I look forward to the next placeholder in October.
No.
But what's weird...
Very confident we'll get the job done by October. At this stage, we are on track for the October big finish.
What's ironic about it is we've finished big today with a promise. The finish is a promise.
And wait till October.
Which will be broken.
Wait till October.
Still, at this point, we're all in anticipation for October.
I would expect podcast downloads to rise as the word spreads with the big finish on October. And at this stage, I'm very pleased
Early October or late?
Mid. Could be early at this stage, but I'm aiming for mid. And at this stage, we seem to be on track for that, which is good news.
See you next week, everyone.
See you guys.
Oh, it's come to this.
I'm excited.
Oh, look, I'm excited as well.
I'm bloody excited.
Big thank you to everybody again for an amazing year. You're the best people in the world, our podcasters.
They really are, aren't they?
Tell a friend. Tell them to go back to number 1.
Yep. This is episode 80 of the podcast. 40 a year for 40 years. That was the pledge. So, good to have year 2 down.
Yeah, 38 to go. Power Moves will be back next year. We'll get the book launch happening.
Yeah, it's coming. The book's coming. But don't worry about it. The book only gets better the more we kick it down the road.
Yes.
But if there's one thing we don't like doing on this show, it's just saying a big thing like, we wouldn't say something like we're going to do 40 shows for 40 years
and not come through
unless we meant it. And we don't do things on this show.
You don't promise a big finish.
You do not promise something unless you've got it. Now, back when I promised the big finish, I think it was sort of around about July.
Ep 52.
I thought the elements were in place. I'm so glad I didn't do it that day because it was not my decision. It was a couple of admin, bureaucratic issues, a few logistical issues that stopped the big finish from happening that show. It would have been good, but it wouldn't have been great.
Okay.
Because I didn't have the right people. I didn't have the right cast for the big finish.
Okay.
The whole point of the big finish was that you want the episode to go out in a bang.
Yep.
You want people to chuck their headphones down and be like,
well, that's
just
it.
been blown away.
I don't want to listen to anything for 3 months.
Yeah. We wanted to sustain everyone across the summer holidays. So I had to pre-record it. I couldn't get everyone to do it in the room with us, but I've given the audio file to Jack.
Okay.
I would like...
We're leaving everybody with this. This is it.
Well, it should play out. I can't see any reason why we come back on.
We won't talk. We talk after or not?
I can't see any reason we would.
Okay.
We'd only talk if something went wrong, but it should just play out fine.
Okay.
Since the dawn of about July, Hamish has promised a big finish. Big finish. Due to some logistical issues outside of his control, the big finish was postponed until October. Yeah. Big finish. At which time, unfortunately, a couple more admin issues pushed the big finish to the last podcast of the year. Big finish. Many thought he was bluffing.
I've been waiting for it.
Hit me with the baby. Come on.
Many called him a liar.
Could it be another big Hamish Blake lie?
Where is it, man?
He did not let these slurs and insults stop him. Big finish. He worked tirelessly, sending out invites to huge stars and special guests to all come together for the big finish. But he knew in his heart he was just one man asking the impossible. Kanye, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, Jennifer Aniston, the rest of the Friends cast. All hot A-list property from this year's headlines. Surely they would not answer the call. He heard nothing. Until... suddenly, responses, text messages, one after the other. As you can hear, all replying in the affirmative. He couldn't believe it. Everyone had said yes. Everyone wanted to be part of the big finish. And they all gathered in the studio to lay down 30 seconds of incredible audio. Would you please get ready as we hear a cacophony of stars do the big finish with Rihanna singing a solo about this year's Chicken Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, here is the audio of the big finish! Oh no. Warning, audio file locked. Audio file locked. You have been attacked by a ransomware bot. To release the remainder of this audio file, please pay 0.189 of a Bitcoin. To release the remainder of this audio file, Jack Post, please pay 0.189 of a Bitcoin now.
Jack, you have it. Pay it. Jack, do it.
Time's up. You have failed. Audio deleted. Audio scrubbed forever. Blame placed firmly at the feet of the man who did not pay the ransom. End of message.
Oh, no. Jack.
We got ransom botted. If only you had that Bitcoin.
I'm still locked out from last week. I have
know.
not found the Bitcoin password.
I know. I mean, I don't know. I was hoping you wouldn't be. Only you'd have paid it quickly then.
But why were you hoping? Did you know about that?
No, I was hoping you wouldn't be. Just hearing it then for the first time.
This seems strange that you pre-recorded.
No, that was. You should have heard. I'm shocked actually because you should have heard. No, you should have heard.
You pre-recorded asking Jack for the Bitcoin.
That's not me at the end. That's not me at the end. That sounded like some sort of bot.
No.
So what's happened?
Yeah.
Just to be clear, is the audio was there.
Yep.
And then just before it's happened, we've been hacked.
Yep.
Annoying. And that bot you heard, not me, because of the robot
Was
effect,
asking Jack.
was asking Jack for the 0.189 of a Bitcoin. The bot must have known he had from the dark web.
Yep.
But Jack's lost the password. Jack failed to put the Bitcoin in.
Yep.
We lost the audio.
So Jack's fault.
If that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack. Okay.
Was it good? Can you at least tell us?
It was
what was
so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was so big too. It sucks, Jack. It sucks.
We
man.
will see you.
Definitely sucks.
We will see you next year. Next year, everybody. Oh, the TV show Sunday night. You can catch up for the final episode. But
we'll be back next year with a big start.
Not falling for that.
You got 3 months. No one will remember.
Well, Haim, in an attempt to turn the tide.
Yes.
And absolutely hold up a mirror to the onslaught that I'm getting from you and bounce it right back at you.
Fair.
There was a large promise, which I think you reckon you forgot you made. And I've been
You'd love
counting.
that, wouldn't you?
I've been counting down the days to the podcast starting again. But there was a promise you made in the very last show of last year.
Refresh my mem.
You said, you were meant to give us a big finish. Jack
I
stuffed that
prepared
up.
one. And unfortunately, for those that remember, the big finish was hijacked by hackers.
Yep.
Who demanded a Bitcoin ransom.
Yep.
Coincidentally, the same amount of Bitcoins that Jack lost.
And he'd lost.
We were left with a lose-lose scenario. The listeners lost the big finish, and of course, Jack's Bitcoins remained lost as well.
Yep.
Which were your Bitcoins as well. So
Yes.
really a lose-lose-lose.
And then at the end of the show, after the big finish had failed,
Well, it'd been hacked.
You said this.
Was it good? Can you at least tell us what
It
it
was,
was?
what was
so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was so big too. It sucks, Jack. It sucks.
We
man.
will see you.
Definitely sucks.
We will see you next year.
We'll be back next year
Yeah.
with a big start. Right. I was reminded of this over the break, and to the people
Look forward to a
emailing,
big start, hey?
People emailing, DMing. Of course, it was always done with the tone that they were like acting as if I'd forgotten. I did not forget to prepare a big opener.
Okay.
It's 2020. It's our third year of this podcast.
Yep.
I think it deserves a big opener.
Yep.
We've had openers before, but not a big opener. I prepared something so big that obviously it can't be contained within this studio. It couldn't be done here. But I was able to take the recording equipment over the Christmas break, working in my own time for the show, to the Sydney Opera House. So I would have rented for one day.
Alongside Solange.
a-
She did some concerts out of this.
Yeah.
Did you see her? Did you bump into her?
Solange. Yeah, they're Beyonce's sister.
Yeah.
Nodded hi. We had a sort of a nod. I was very focused. Had I been there for fun, I probably would have said hi.
Yeah.
But I was there. One day
For work.
rehearsal, one day to get the take, as we say. And I recorded it. Now, I didn't want any hacking problems, so I bought the hard drive in myself offline because I knew if I had it on a computer,
Yeah.
hackers could get it because it'd be connected. So I bought the hard drive in safe and sound. I've plugged it into the desk. I hope that this works,
Yep.
that the hard drive delivers. I've plugged it in now. Now, of course, it's online now, but nothing's going to happen.
quickly,
Here we
before
go.
someone happens
Okay,
it,
Jack, here we go. Load it up. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the big opener.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you, everyone. If we just calm down. All right, we've got the orchestra, we've got the choir, we've rehearsed this, we've done a dry run, everyone. Thank you for coming in over the Christmas holidays. I really appreciate it. We've got one shot at this. If it works, it's going to sound so awesome. Episode 1 of the podcast. It's cost me a fortune. I think if this doesn't work, my kids ain't going to high school. But I believe in it. It's going to sound great. Here we go. 3, 2, pyrotechnics.
What's that?
Warning. Hard drive corrupted.
No. Sorry, guys. I just initiate reboot protocol. Sorry about this. That's...
Initiating reboot protocol.
Okay.
Reboot protocol successful.
Yes. Okay, great. Phew.
Previous reboot protocol overridden by hackers.
Oh, hackers. Sorry, I'll just thwart them. Just try and do this. Sorry about this.
Hacking attempt thwarted.
Yes.
Big opener rebooting.
All good, guys? What have they done?
Oh no. Previous thwarting of hacking thwarted by hackers.
Damn it.
Big opener corrupted by hackers from the dark web.
Oh, okay, I'm just going to try one last trick. I'm so sorry about this. One last trick. Trying this. Oh, this could work.
Last trick. Unsuccessful. Big opener lost forever.
Oh, no. Friggin' hackers. I don't want to start a war.
Yeah.
But that boils my turkey bad. Friggin' hackers. I'm PO'd at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you must feel upset, and I feel really upset due to the, as I said, 2 days of Opera House hire and all that.
Yep.
And just at the last minute, of course, you got to plug it in to play it, and
Well,
they were
listen,
waiting. They were waiting. I mean, this stinks of an ambush. They knew.
The listeners will be upset.
They will. And they'll need to make good. And I just wonder.
Is there
you
a-
obviously, you call it a day,
Yeah.
or you do the right thing.
Yep.
Which is you promise a big start to the Chinese financial year. Whenever that is.
April.
We think